my faithful, new, recent addition to my regular Nooner audience. Good to see you. Welcome. Episode 99 of the Nooner. Looks like Nick Organ showed up. Good to see you, Nick. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys being here. Today we're going to be talking about making the call, being willing to dig down, get a little bit uncomfortable. If that's not you, if you're not someone who can handle it, we're going to give you some tips and some ideas, maybe a shift in mindset that's going to enable you to actually start making the tough calls, getting a little bit uncomfortable, and expanding. Talking about growth today. That'll be the theme. And this is the Nooner. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, Pacific Standard Time, I'm dropping in and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a noontime nugget about either sales, business, or life. Okay? It's 12 o'clock noon here on the West Coast, right? That means you've had some food for your body. You've got fuel in there. You need fuel for your brain. Motivation is fuel. You run out. Okay? So the purpose of the Nooner is just to come in here today, midday, boom, drop a little something on you that will help you grow and expand. Thank you guys for the favors, the likes, the restreams. Speaking of tweets, let me just tweet that we're all here now. Let the world know. Where is that? There we go. How's everybody doing today? James, what's going on, my man? How you doing, sir? Spinning some stacks and stacks of hot wax? James is a DJ, Nick. That's DJ talk. I'm not a DJ, but I think I was in a former life. Not the kind that does the weddings and the funerals and the bar mitzvahs, mind you, but like late 60s, early 70s, like DJ, right? So let me introduce myself as the music wraps up. My name's David Bradley. I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. I've been working with Grant since March of 2011, which means we're approaching 5 years. That's right around the corner. Episode 100 of the Nooner is right around the corner. What do we do in Grant's office? Cardone Training Technologies, that's the company that my check is printed on. We work with individuals and corporations alike, everything from single players all the way up to Fortune 500 companies. What we do, we find and then handle missed opportunity, which can result for you and your business in a production increase over 30% in 90 days. Okay, so you take a look at your company, you take a look at your business. Where am I at right now? What would another 30% in 90 days mean to me? Okay, if you like the answer to this, call me. 310-777-0352. That's my direct number. You can email me, david@grantcardone.com. 75%, maybe even 80% of what we do here, 100% free. So anything I can help with. It looks like my buddy Kevin, my Irish brother from another mother, just popped in here. Good to see you. Two other things about me that you would be interested in knowing or might not, I don't know, is I'm the author of a book called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. I smoked a cigarette for 15 years, could not quit, tried many times, failed every single one of them. But then I found a way to do it. Found a way to stop, not quit. Okay? And it was a shift in mindset that allowed me to not have a cigarette since May of 2002. Landing Point, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the favors and the restreams. So yeah, I took what I learned, what I found out, what I discovered on my own about how to stop smoking versus stop trying to quit, okay? And I turned it into a book because I figured, hey, if this thing helped me out, I should share this with somebody else. So if you got a monkey on your back, if you got a friend who's trying to kick the habit before the habit leads to them kicking the bucket, hit this website up, stopdon'tquit.com. Everything you need to know about that book and about me is up there. And if you don't smoke but you still got a habit to kick, the book will help either way. Third thing on me, I'm the founder of a hashtag called Rich Man's Gym. This is my next work in progress. This is all about home-based strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So, hey, if you work out now, if you exercise and you're just getting a little bit tired of going to the gym, Rich Man's Gym is going to be the book for you. So you can check out, search that hashtag, throw it into Google. There's a website that I'm working on, total project. A few articles, a couple of posts on Facebook, some stuff on Instagram. Should give you a sense of it. But I don't think you got to go to the gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do that from home. You can do it in the garage, backyard, park, wherever you can hang a set of Olympic rings or lug a kettlebell. That's your rich man's gym. Kevin, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. So what are we talking about today, kids? So on Tuesdays, what I like to do is Mondays, I review Grant's strategy of the week from the week prior. On Tuesdays, I like to just sort of touch on a different trait of a great salesperson. What are some things out there that makes it the greats great? And then what are some life lessons that we can learn from that? And again, this is the Nooner, so I want to be touching on Noontime Nuggets about either sales, business, or life. So I'm going to make sure that when I'm delivering this trait of a great salesperson, we can circle this back and literally plug it into all three of those aspects of your life: sales, business, and just life in general. And I think you'll find that, man, if you're looking to grow as a business, that you've got to incorporate all three of these things. Grant was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, well, what's business Grant like, and versus what's home Grant like? And Grant's like, man, there's no business Grant. It's just Grant. It's business. It's just life. There's no business life and home life, and it's life. It's one thing. So check this out. All right. So today's great trait of a great salesperson: great salespeople. You ready? You may want to take some notes. If you don't have a notepad, because I'm going to drop a couple bombs on you today. I can already tell. I can feel it. It's stirring up in me. Okay. Great salespeople are willing to make uncomfortable and difficult calls. Now, what does that mean? Lydia, hey, thank you for being here. Welcome. Sorry I missed you this morning, man. I tried to get in, but I got the tail end of it. It looked very interesting. I'll try and get you tomorrow. Great salespeople are willing to make uncomfortable and difficult calls. Now, so that doesn't necessarily mean on the phone, right? You ever heard the phrase, you make the call? Okay. Referee makes the call, but he's not always on the phone. Okay. This is a phone call. This is sales call. This is a decision. Right? You make the call. You make the decision. Okay? So, what I want you to do, and if you're not driving or you're in a place to do this, take notes. Grab a notepad, because I want you to do this exercise with me because it's powerful. Okay? On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being completely inept, not capable, 10 being on point. How comfortable are you with being uncomfortable? Okay, there are guys out there, like take a Navy SEAL for example, right? Some of these guys are some tough bastards. Okay, you take them out in the sand at 4 o'clock in the morning and drop them in the Pacific Ocean where the waves hit. It's cold, they're in their underwear, and you just lay them down there and they'll just stay there all day. They're good. They're comfortable being uncomfortable. Okay? Take a dude, throw him out of the plane. Okay, even though he's got a parachute on, that's uncomfortable. But you need to be able to be uncomfortable in that discomfort. Otherwise, you're not going to pull the ripcord and you're going to die. Okay? So how comfortable are you at being uncomfortable? Nick says he's a 7. So appreciate that honesty, man. Me, I'm probably right around a 6 or a 7, right? I'm not big on, man, unless I'm connected to purpose, I'm not good with confrontation. It's not even necessary. Laura, thank you for being here. Welcome. I would much rather be amicable about it. So one of the things that I work on as a salesperson is, hey, am I willing to get confrontational if need be to get a deal done? Am I willing to be uncomfortable, right? So that, for us in our office, we role play a lot. So you can practice being uncomfortable, okay? I'm going to touch back on that for a second. But what I wanted to do in this initial piece is to just put that out there so you can have some awareness in terms of, hey, what is my tolerance of discomfort? And this is an obvious question. If you don't answer yes to this, then we got bigger fish to fry. But are you capable of more than what you're putting out now? Take a look at your reality. Are you at your potential? Are you operating at your highest potential? Okay? Are you capable of more than what you're putting out? That means that you're willing to dig deep, not just take the cream on the top. Okay, you'll take the cream, but that's not what's most important. You want to do some deep sea fishing. Okay? So, success. If you want success, true success, the next level, you want to be at your potential, you want to be at more, it has to lie right beyond your comfort zone. We've heard that before, right? You have to get out of your comfort zone if you want to create something massive for yourself, something successful for yourself, anything you want to do, okay? Let's take losing weight for a second. Danny Barra, nice to meet you. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the follow, okay? So, you want to lose weight? For a lot of people, just going to the gym, just taking that step is getting out of their comfort zone. Just taking that moment to click on Amazon that you're buying the fitness book. Just doing that is a step out of your comfort zone, right? You want to meet, you see a hot-looking chick or a good-looking guy, and you want to meet this person. You want to see if there's something behind the image, if there's something worth getting into. You have to get a little uncomfortable to do that, okay? So if you look at anything beautiful, like a flower, flowers are seeds. Starts out, you got to plant that little bad boy in the ground and it's going to bloom. But in order to do that, it's got to push its way through. Okay? It has to come out of that shell. It has to grow. Okay? Babies, they're in this nice, secure, safe environment. But in order for them to be, they have to be born. And they have to get uncomfortable. That's why they cry, and that's why it's scary. It's a freak show. You're freaking out when you're a baby because it's new. But you start your life getting out of your comfort zone. Somewhere along the line, you learned to go back in it. Okay? And when I say somewhere along the line, you learned, okay? You were taught by somebody. If you're not operating at fullest potential, somebody convinced you to be small. Okay, and I'm here to convince you to not do that no more. Be big. Go big. Okay? Grow, bloom, blossom. Okay? True potential, and here's why. I don't really care where you fall on the religious spectrum. Okay? But if we just assume for a moment there's a higher power, and if you take the Bible, all three religions have this quote, "Let us make man in our image." Okay? You may have heard this before, but if I take this glass of water right here and I go out to the Pacific Ocean, which is right over there, and I grab a glass of it, I have a speck, I have a piece, I have a glass of the Pacific Ocean. So if God made man in his image, then you are a speck of God. But this is still the Pacific Ocean. Follow? Therefore, you, me, aren't just a piece of God, a part of God. We therefore are. God is unlimited, infinite, full, total potential. And if you're a spark of that, if you're a speck of that, if you're a piece of it, wouldn't it make sense that you too are infinite, unlimited, and completely capable of accomplishing anything you put your mind to? That was the life piece of it. Let's bring this back to sales. Danny Barra wants to know if there's a replay. Danny Barra, good question, my man. Okay, yes. Every when I'm later in the afternoon, I go and I download this, I record it, I put it up on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/Cardone Solutions, and there's a playlist up there called The Nooner. You can check out all 97 other episodes. So thank you for asking. Good question. You know what I might do? Unless you just popped out. Okay. I'll follow you, Danny, when you come back in. Okay. So now that we know that our potential is unlimited, the only thing that limits it is you. So what's up here? William, good to see you. Thank you for the favor and the restream. Now that we know that, okay, now that that's established, what deals are out there, salespeople? We're not just skimming off the top anymore, okay? Now you got to go find the tough customers, the challenging customers, the people that nobody else wants to do with. You want an immediate competitive advantage in your marketplace, you start doing what your competition won't. You start doing what other people won't do, that they're not willing to do, you have an immediate competitive advantage. Immediate. Okay? Are you the type of person that runs towards something or away? The tough customer. The tough customer, the challenging deal, is that something you go towards? Frankly, I like them. It's a challenge. I see it as a challenge. What are you going to do? All right? Bring them on. Okay? I like somebody that is having a problem or a complaint or a real issue, and I can help them through that. Like calm the guy down, talk him out of it, have a discussion, get him back on my side, make him laugh, and send him away happy and satisfied. Man, that's awesome. How cool is that? Who's had that experience? Have you ever had that experience? Angry customer, they leave happy, loving you. Because when you get that guy on your side, man, what happens? You got a customer for life, right? So it's valuable. So, but here's what Grant says. Grant's not interested in being great compared to others. He's interested in being great compared to him. So can you dig down past the cream, do some of that deep sea fishing I was talking about, find the ugly stuff, and pull a deal out? They're there. Wouldn't you agree? This gets you to the stuff that nobody else sees. The things that people go, he ain't doing nothing. That ain't a deal. As a salesperson, if you're willing to get uncomfortable, take a shot, dig down in there. Even if you don't hit it, the fact that you took it is more important. Okay? So now that we know that by being willing to get uncomfortable, we have an immediate competitive advantage. Because look at this. If we go back to this Navy SEAL reference I was making earlier about how these guys will go into the cold water and just hang out there, and that's part of their training because you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can do that, how many people don't make it to the SEALs? BUDS, which is like basic training for SEALs, they have like an 80% attrition rate. Like nobody survives that thing. Right? Nobody makes it through that. Why? It's designed to filter out the people that can't hack it. Okay? So, as a SEAL, if you can survive and you get through and you thrive in that environment, you have an immediate competitive advantage in the battlefield. Okay? Now we're talking about the battlefield of life, battlefield of business. Okay? You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. That's the first step. Okay? Which means you got to practice doing whatever it takes. Now, you don't want to practice on your customer. I mean, you can, but it gets expensive. So you need to get with people. You need a group of people that support you, that love you, that want to see you succeed, that you want to also work with them. You want to see them succeed. Hey, Kev says, love your commitment to doing these daily. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. I may not be on fire every single day, but I am committed. I want to come in here every day and give somebody something. If I can impact one life, one afternoon for somebody, then I know it was worth it. So, getting the deals that other people won't, dig into that, okay? That's your immediate competitive advantage, and then practice doing whatever it takes, which means you need to get into communication with people that support you and want to see you successful, and you guys have that reciprocation, and you guys practice. Practice being uncomfortable. Practice cussing each other out. You ever do that? I don't want to wait. Like I sold cars for a living for a very long time before I started working for Grant. And I got one guy out of a dealership of like 20 salespeople. One guy was willing to do this with me. But we practiced bawling each other out, calling each other crooks and liars and criminals and scumbags and all kinds of other expletives that probably aren't appropriate for a family show like the Nooner. We did all of that just to get comfortable for when it went down. Because it's a car dealership. It's going to go, at some point it's coming, okay? And I didn't want to practice learning how to handle that in real time. Okay? So then we got really good at it, and then we got really, what did that mean? It means if you're strong enough to lift 350 pounds, but all you need to do is lift 200, 200's easy. Follow? So, get with people that you're comfortable with, and then practice being uncomfortable. Okay, now, if you don't have that, then I've got some product for you, because I never want to wrap up a nooner without throwing in a sales pitch. Hold on. Let's get some music. All right, what are you guys hearing so far that you like as I'm closing this out? What'd you hear today? What'd you learn? What impacted you? What made some sense? So look, if you haven't read it, grab Grant's book, Sell or Be Sold, okay? If you're watching this on YouTube later, there's a link down below where you can get it. There's 2 versions of it. There's the actual book, and then we have this thing called a quick read with short videos where Grant literally reads the book to you. Read that, okay? You got to get sold on you, your company, and your service first. That you have to be that sold in order to be willing to get uncomfortable, okay? Once that's handled, then you're going to be making calls. You're going to be doing outflow, and there's some really good tools in his book. If you're not first, you're last. We've got that on audio. We also have it in a book format on Amazon. That book will give you the ammunition and the tools you need to figure out, hey, who do I need to reach out to? What am I going to say when they finally get them on the call? And once you figure that out, that's when you get with your partners and you start practicing. Now, staying motivated to do this means you got to get connected to purpose. You got to get connected to your, why are you even here, right? And once you're connected to purpose, then it becomes even easier to be willing to get uncomfortable. So from there, I'd highly suggest you check out a product called 100 Ways to Stay Motivated, where Grant loads you up with over 100 ways for you to stay motivated in these short little minute and a half blips. All of these things are available in Cardone University. And if you haven't subscribed to that thing, I want you to check it out. You can call me for a free 24-hour trial to that. 310-777-0352. It's $9.95 right now for 12 months of full access. If the $9.95 is not real to you, call me at 310-777-0352, and we can work out a payment plan for you. But this has been episode 99 of the Nooner. What does that mean? Tomorrow, 100 episodes of the Nooner. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. It's just a number. It's only 100. I ain't stopping, I don't think. I'm just going to keep rolling. What do you guys think? Should I keep doing this thing? I'm having fun with it. It's a nice midday break for me. Puts fuel in my fire. So if it's doing the same thing for you, let me know. Shoot me a tweet at David R. Bradley. Check me out at cardonesolutions.com. Here to help you any way I can. Appreciate you being here today. Happy Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow for episode 100 of the Nooner. Be great, because nothing else pays.